So here's a question for you.
Yeah.
You got 6 months to live.
Mm-hmm.
Do you do the whole thing?
What whole thing?
Do you do the whole 6 months, or do you punch out early? Do you take the meds?
Never.
Never?
Ever.
Never ever?
Never would I do that.
What if it's like you got a week left and it's pretty painful?
I could have a Glock in my left hand loaded with bullets and a monster slowly eating my toes and like acid teeth. Like it's just like painful process. And like I would never, ever, and like never would I ever do that.
Yeah. Me neither.
Like I look at it like there's kids that I grew up with and they would ask for like a snowboard for Christmas and their parents would get them like the wrong snowboard, but it's still like an expensive snowboard, and they'd be like, man, I asked my mom for like a B18 whatever Nike skate whatever snowboard, and they got me the B17. Can you believe that? And it's like, man, like you have this thing called life. And it's painful and it sucks. And you, out of all those semen swimming around in your daddy's ball sack, you got it.
Yeah.
And it's not perfect.
Yeah.
It's like, man, shut up.
Yeah. Well, it is. Yeah. I would never either. And this is coming from someone who's like, I don't think I've ever been like full blown suicidal, but like I've, maybe had a touch of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the thing is, even in those moments, it's kind of like wanting to die is an experience. It might not be the best experience. It might not feel the greatest, but it's an experience. And life is pain. And sometimes it's more painful than others. So I think if I was, but I never know until you're in that situation, right? Mm-hmm. And if you're like in an intense amount of pain and you're going to die anyways, it might be tempting to like check out a little early. Why do the pain if you don't have to, right? It's going to be shit.
What's that book?
It's going to be shit.
Yeah.
So why do it? But on the other side of things, it's like living through this, and this is just for me. I would never put this on anyone else because I don't know the situations. But for me, just knowing who I am, I think I'd be like, well, I'm feeling something. At least I get to feel intense pain. And that's really been like when I am going through hard things, I'm like, at least this is something. Yeah. At least this, I'm getting something, know, and I will never get to have this again, and so.
There's been times where I was given or I brought on myself like an intense amount of stress. Right. And I'm like, I wouldn't mind being hit by a bus and waking up in the hospital so I didn't have to deal with any of this. But never wishing away conscious life. I think I'm going to hold on to that like sweet fucking
me too.
Deer,
I'm not going to go quietly. I'm going to be like
into that dark
night.
No.
Like I'm going to make it really hard on my family. They're going to be scarred by like how
But that said,
how I don't go well.
If I got cancer, I might not take like this is very like I'm talking over here and now I'm talking over here. I might not want to prolong my life until like the furthest extremities of it. Like I might not even take chemo. I might just be like, I got cancer. Like, and
then you just go through
but I'd painfully die of it. And then be like, there we go.
Because that's the thing too. Because like if you go through the chemo and you die anyways, which is what happens most of the time.
You're putting,
that's worse.
It could be.
Like chemo's rough.
Chemo can be very rough.
And if you ask, I know a couple doctors, and I asked one if it was your family member, would you suggest they do chemo? And they said no.
Yeah.
Because they've seen how rough chemo is, and maybe you get a shot, maybe you eradicate it all. And even and this is just my experiences, the people I've known, a lot of times it just comes back anyways.
Yeah.
So you prolong yourself a little bit. But that's everything. Every time someone's like, you saved my life, it's like, I prolonged it. We're all heading to the common grave.
I also think it's funny how like you get sick and you're terminally ill and you want to prolong your life, but for the last like 15 years, you just like went to your stupid job that you hate and like went back and watched like The Big Bang Theory, and then like you're not doing anything with it anyway. So it's like today, right now, you're eating this processed food. Put it down. Go for a walk with your girlfriend. Get off of social media for 2 seconds and enjoy it.
Oh my gosh. I just got up and started pacing. Because you're right. You're right. We have a skewed view of tragedy, don't we?
We do. The tragedy of life is wasted.
Doing something you don't want and then going home and watching The Big Bang Theory.
Mm-hmm. At least watch like Stranger
Something
Things.
Good.
Yeah.
That's tragic.
That's the tragedy.
That is so tragic.
60 years of mundanity.